Good morning. Yay! It's a hump day, and here we are together. Happy hump day! Happy hump day! Happy hump day! It is a Wednesday morning here at the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery in Pacific time. Some of you have already experienced your hump day, and to you I say happy Thursday, and thank you for joining me. My name is Dr. Valerie Renee Shepard, and I am coming to you live. Yay, here we are on Facebook on my Happy to Be Me, Positively Happy to Be Me page. That page is the page for my book, which is right behind me, Living Happy to Be Me, Dancing Your Soul Lifestyle. I am really grateful to be here chatting with you about how to live that, how to live the title. It's not just it's certainly not a novel. It is a self-help, spiritual transformation book. It's written from tools and tips I learned through my own life. Good morning. Say hello. Tell me that you're out there. I'm so grateful to see you. And the whole idea here is I got to a point in my life where I was supposed to be happy according to the way we're taught how to be happy. And I wasn't. I mean, I was successful, really successful. It didn't come without paying some prices, some sacrifices, which I don't particularly care to do anymore in my life. And it came with me asking some really major questions. Like, is this all life is going to be? Is this it? Like, it's not enough. This isn't, no. What? No. And so I went on this journey, and that's where the book came from all of the things I did to increase the happiness I was feeling in my life, to increase the way my life was running, to get more juicy, delicious moments in, and get more yummy, awesome stuff out. Like, this is what I want from my life, and I want to help you do that as well. So that's where the book came from. That's what this page is about. And what I'm about is transforming the world for love. Who knew? Love is the centerpiece of your happiness. What? Not romantic love, unconditional love, divine love. And it starts with a couple of things that I put under self-mastery. So the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery is about helping you master you in your life, mastering yourself in your life so that you can exquisitely manage whatever your life brings your way, no matter what. My life has brought my way lots of really awesome, wonderful, wow, can't believe I'm so blessed kinds of things. And my life has also brought me some things where I'm like, wow, can't believe I'm so blessed kind of things. Things that kind of, they're not exactly the things I put on my wish list. And yet, at the moment, I'm getting so much better in the moment now. And always in retrospect, in hindsight, I was able to say, oh, so that's what this came for. I get it. Didn't like it any much. I didn't like it anymore. But I did understand it better. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching the replay, I'd love it if you'd put hashtag replay. You're invited to join me over in my private Facebook group. We're over 800 strong now, the Bliss Collective. And we practice what we're preaching about. Where does bliss come from? Where does my happiness come from? And it's not about conditional or one-time happiness. It's about a much longer, what I call lasting, enduring happiness. That's what we're about creating. How do I create that? In the midst of, like last night, I was having dinner with a friend and I was telling her some of my lamentations, some of the things I'm like, my body hurts every day. There are things that are just haven't healed in the years past the brain hemorrhage, and I've been putting energy and effort into it on multiple planes, and I just saw an orthopedist, a new orthopedist, to see if there's something else I could do, and how I was feeling weary. And that really didn't disrupt my happiness. I was kind of saying it from a space of, my life is fantastic. And I've got this little thing going on with my body still. And this little thing with my body feels monumental all the time. And how can I overcome? So these things that your life sends you are opportunities. We talk about this in the Bliss Collective. They're opportunities. We talk about this in the 7-Day Challenge. They're opportunities. How do you get what you want while having what looks like you don't? I don't want this. How do I get that? I don't want that. How do I get this? Well, there are ways. That's what we teach in the Bliss Collective and Living Happy to Be Me. That's what I'm all about. I found the way. And the more I practice the way, the easier it is to love my life. And the more I practice the way, the more shows up that contributes to me loving my life. That's universal law, by the way. Oh, we teach that in the Bliss Collective. And it's taught in my book. These things can be done. All you have to do is do the things. All you have to do is do the things. So, welcome. I'm so grateful that you're here. The Bliss Collective is a community on a mission. We're on a mission to create a movement for more peace, love, joy, and freedom all over the planet. And the way that we're doing that is we're starting with ourselves. We're starting with ourselves. And we know that our own healing is going to change the world. It will create a ripple effect without us teaching anybody anything, with us just standing in the power that we are, just standing in the magnificence that we are, just bringing the light in through us as us. Awaken to the light of your true nature. Do it, do it, do it right now. The world is waiting for more people to awaken to the light of their true nature. That's what I'm about, to help guide you, to help support you, to serve you into, how do I do that? That's me. That's the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. Over in the Bliss Collective, that's easy to say. Over in the Bliss Collective, there's a thing called a hashtag Ask Valerie Fridays. I just hurt my finger on my ring. What the heck? Wow, that ring is hard. Love power, baby. That it does have power. I think I just broke my finger. Ask Valerie. I'll do this carefully. Ask Valerie Fridays. You can ask questions. I answer them. If it's sensitive nature, you can private message me, and I'll get into a chitty chat with you. And here's what I love to know: if you're struggling with applying the teachings, or if you applied the teachings and you're like, "Wow, this stuff works," let us all know. It helps you. Just doing that is about spreading your light. Just telling a little story about, look what I did. Hey, look what I did. That's an old skit. Look what I can do in Saturday Night Live, by the way. It helps people know that they're not traveling alone. And remember, you're not traveling alone either. So sharing is a way that you bring other people into your journey. And we just finished a self-mastery challenge, and it's a 7-day challenge so that you can practice and see where you are. Like, am I really doing it, or am I thinking that I'm doing it, but actually I've missed some of the practices? It's a beautiful way. We're getting some really great feedback from people who are applying the teachings during the 7 days and going, wow, this is awesome. So that's tinyurl.com self-mastery challenge. Okay, enough of the housekeeping. I put in the description of today's Hump Day Happy Chat. Number 178, y'all. We're coming into number 200. We're going to have another party. It's called Use Your Sixth Power. Use your sixth power. What am I talking about? Well, I have noticed, and I think it's probably because I'm about to do some pretty large changes in my life. I'm feeling called to some pretty major topsy-turvy things. And I'm not going to talk about the calling that I feel. Maybe that will be another time. We can talk about how do you know you're being called, or your mind is just your egoic mind, the detached mind isn't just running you ragged in a new way. There are ways to know. So I know that I'm being called into a different um, expression of me and experience of my time on planet Earth. And so the negative conjuring voice inside my head that is typically silent, very quiet, I've learned to practice, to lovingly ask that version of me, that aspect of me, to take a break, to like use its energy, just sitting still. And it has worked. And I've been blessed to hear that positive, attached, that connected to the divine, to source energy. I've been hearing the energy coming through that aspect of me, the truth of me, what we talk about in Living Happy to Be Me in the Bliss Collective. Who are you being, the true you or some other version, your personality, your identity, your ego? So I've had a run-in lately, a couple run-ins, and my negative conjurer shows me, wants me to believe all the ways I'm going to fail, wants me to believe somebody's after me. They're going to get me. They're going to notice that I haven't done it right. They're going to find out that I'm not enough. Like my negative conjurer really wants that to be heard. And I know where that comes from. That's a part of the dance with the separated ego, is to know that that's an aspect of you, and not to shut it down and kick it out of your life and, use a couple expletives and tell it to get the heck out of here. It's to actually love that person back into wholeness, right? It's just an aspect of you. It's not a separate piece of you. It believes it's separate, and that's not true. That's why it feels so personal when it's telling you what to do. It's connected. It is a piece of you. So it's about love. I said that at the beginning. We're all about conquering the world with unconditional love. Conquering the world with unconditional love. Wow, I have to stop for a minute and just feel what that's like, what that will be like, what that is like. That was a big wave of energy. Whew, thank you. More, please, more, please. Conquering the world with unconditional love. For unconditional love. So as we're, that's what we're really wanting. That's who we really are. These aspects of us that don't align with that, step 1, step 2 of my 4-step Happy to Be Me process, wake up to the truth of who you are, divinity. Number 2, shake up and release the things that don't align. So the negative conjuring aspect of me, and it's actually a love action, right? Why would an aspect of me tell doom and gloom stories? Well, obviously that aspect of me is trying to protect me from the doom and gloom. So if it gets out ahead of me and says, watch out, dear one, doom and gloom is right behind that door, or doom and gloom is right behind that project, or doom and gloom is in the middle of that big piece of lemon meringue pie. I don't know that that's true, but maybe, right? Doom and gloom. The aspect of me that is my negative conjurer deserves my love too, because in negatively conjuring the future, she is trying to love me. She is trying to protect me. She is trying to serve me. She is trying to support me. So we don't want to sit down, smack her around, shut the hell up. I'm tired of listening to you. Get out of my head, get out. No. That's just putting more negative energy on top of negative energy. And when you got all that negative energy flowing, guess what? You get to feel, receive experience, see, hear more negativity. It's universal law of reflection, law of attraction, law of karma, cycle of reciprocity. You cannot outrun spiritual law. Have at it. I did it for years, not knowing that was what I was doing. Didn't work. That's why I do what I do now. So that aspect is trying to protect you. Lovingly say to that aspect, lovingly engage. If you want to stop the madness, you have to actively engage. No more, I can't stop my head. I can't, these thoughts just keep coming and coming. My mind is just, no more. No more. Precious one, know your power. Activate your power. Stand in your power. Use your power. Express your power. You can. Yes, you can. It takes action, not just wishing. It takes action, consistent, persistent action, engagement, along with activating within this magnificent instrument that you always already are without doing anything. You already are these things. You already are a divine being with superhuman powers. Yes, indeed. It's not just stuff for action heroes. You can be your own action hero in your magnificent life. I promise. So how do you do it? Charles Fillmore, I'm a member of the Unity School of Light. So Charles Fillmore, who was a co-founder with his wife Myrtle, I love that name, Myrtle. Myrtle the turtle? Forgive me, Myrtle Fillmore. I didn't mean to call you a turtle. I love alliteration and rhymes. So Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, co-founders of Unity, which is a metaphysical school of thoughts that deals with all faiths, one God. I love it. I love the Unity principles and practices. Charles Fillmore wrote a book in the 1930s called The 12 Powers. Okay, it's called The 12 Powers of Man. Now, obviously, it was written in the 30s. There was no us or them. There was no gender neutrality. So allow that is the title for a book written in the 1930s, if that is something important to you. Allow that is what was reflective of the time. The 12 Powers of Man. And he did this to explain that we, beings, have 12 spiritual faculties that are associated with 12 locations in the physical body. It's a book that's all about metaphysics, which I love. A look at 12 ways that you can express divine power. And here's my favorite word in this description, inherent. Inherent in each one of us. You were born with it. It came in you, just like the color of your eyes and the length of your fingers. It's in you. It's in you. Always, already. It's in you. Shouting out to one of my old former spiritual teachers, Dr. Marge Britt, who taught me the always, already. So what are the 12 powers? Here they are. I'm going to read them. Faith, strength, wisdom, love, power, imagination, understanding, will, order, zeal, elimination, one of my favorites, and life. Now, notice I said I'm going to read them. Why would I do that? Because I practice them and I haven't memorized them. I don't recall them all. I can't keep all 12 front of mind. I'm not even expecting you to do that. It's just, no. Not possible for me. It's more important that I activate them than I remember exactly where they go. So what do I have? Ta-da! I have a cheat sheet. I have a cheat sheet. So you can get one of these too. You just go to unity.org /12 powers. And there it is in Spanish. 12 powers. And you can get this beautiful cheat sheet. Has all 12 of them right here. And here's my favorite thing. It's a fridge magnet. Some people don't like to put magnets on their fridge, and I understand that. I love it. And I spend a lot of time in my kitchen. You know, a foodie like me spends a lot, not cooking, but just eating. Spends a lot of time in the kitchen. And so they came with these individual ones you can cut out and place them in the magnet. Ooh, how cool. And put it on the refrigerator. So every day of the month, I go to the refrigerator. I've got lots of reminders on my fridge, and I read them. What is it, the energy that I need right now? What do I feel like I'm not activating very well? What is causing perturbation inside me? I go to my fridge. And so my reminders are there. Reminders. It's okay. It's okay. So let's talk about imagination. The ability to image, picture, conceptualize, envision, dream. Dream. And then there's an affirmative prayer, a statement of affirmation. I envision good unfolding in every area of my life. I envision, not I wish, I hope. I envision. What's the difference? Envisioning is active engagement in creating the vision. Active engagement in creating the vision. What? Yes. Now, when I talk about my negative conjurer, what is she doing? She's actively engaging in creating a vision of the downside, of the low vibration, of what I don't want, of what's not serving me, that I say, no, thank you. So both are doing the envisioning. The question is, who's going to win? Who's going to win, y'all? I'll tell you who's going to win. The one who practices the practice. The one who practices the practice. See, I have all of them. All 12. They go on my fridge all the time. They're by month. So June is the month of imagination. And I brought this up. It's so funny how synchronicities happen. I've been listening to my negative conjurer and lovingly asking her to take a back seat and doing my positive conjuring. And one of my colleagues, shouting out to Zoe Walters right now, she calls it a positive rant. I think that's what you said, Zoe. I know the rant part. I think she said it's a positive rant, a desire rant, or something like that. And so I remind myself, June is the focus on imagination, and I remind myself. So I love this quote. Another reminder about the power of imagination. Some people poo-poo imagination as, yeah, that's what kids do. You're an adult. Children imagine their secret friend, and they imagine that they have a dog when they don't, and that they have a horse, and then they get a little pony. And no, it's not about children only. It's about activating the child in you. And it's also about imagining at any age. Imagining. It's your power. It's in you. It's not only for you when you're 0 to 8 or 0 to 14. It's for you from front end to end. So this quote, can you guess who this quote is by? Imagination is more important than knowledge. What? For knowledge is limited. whereas imagination embraces the entire world. The entire world embraces the entire world. Imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress and giving birth to evolution. So who do you think that quote's from? My favorite scientist, who was also a spiritualist, who was also a musician and a lot of other things. He was really awesome in some ways, not so awesome in others, but he's really into this part of science, noetic science, metaphysics, what you can't connect the dots with linearly, what people call woo-woo in a derogatory way, is just true stuff that's happening that you just can't explain with your conscious mind, with your powerful intellect, with your brainiacness. You can't always explain everything with your ability to connect the dots. It's a both and equation. There is linear science. Was Einstein good at it? Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. And there's also nonlinear. There's also quantum mechanics in the universe. How about that? Yabba dabba do. So this power that Charles Fillmore talked about in the 1930s, Einstein talked about they're probably contemporaries. And I have one more reference for you. I'm a member of this group called the Intenders of the Highest Good. It's a global group. I've been an intender since 2005 or 6, maybe. A long time. We practice a spiritual process for manifestation, for transmuting local manifestation with the power of imagination, quantum physics. Yes, we do. So the Intenders was founded by a man named Tony Burrows. He actually read and endorsed my book. And he's got a project that is kind of parallel to the Intenders of the Highest Good called the Vision Alignment Project. The Vision Alignment Project. And this is what Tony says about visioning and visioning. When we realize that our thoughts and our visions are creating our future, then we can begin to consciously create a better future for ourselves. So if you have been listening to your negative conjurer, love her, love him, love them, and move into activating your positive conjurer. You have one. It's part of you. You just maybe aren't as good friends with him, her, or them. It. Think about that, selves. One of the main principles of the intention process, perhaps the most important, is to see the end result from the minute you start, from the very beginning. See it, feel it, be it. Hold a vision in your mind, in your heart, of the final outcome, where you know you're going to land, where you are, I'm going to get there. Be there now as you continue on the journey. I am free of this. I am full of that, stated in the present. See it now. Be it now. From your third eye, not your brain, your intuitive, third eye and heart, your intuitive power. These eyes not necessary. Imagine it. Sixth power of man, of beingness, imagination. Imagine it. See whatever you're intending as a done deal. It's done, complete. I am that. That's what I've been doing lately with the article that I've written with 2 statistician colleagues from my dissertation. that we are submitting to peer-reviewed journals, international peer-reviewed journals. And it is a process. I'm choosing my words carefully because I know how powerful what I say and what I think is in my life. So it is a process that has been growing in me the ability to persevere and the ability to ignore dynamics that are not what I want and continue moving. And I continue to say I am now a published author in a peer-reviewed journal for my dissertation article. I am now a published author in a peer-reviewed journal for my dissertation paper. Feels great. That's imagination. Some people don't like it. Some people are like, but it's not the truth. How can I get into it? Well, you can do the linear thing with your brain. Einstein did that. You can do the linear thing with your brain, but it's not really true. So how can I say it? You can do that. And it's not serving you at the highest levels to get where you want to go as fast as you could go. So activating, now I don't run around telling everybody and plastering it. I don't do that. I think that's a little bit beyond what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is within me, I create the space of it having already happened, and I hold that energy as I pursue that which I want, no matter how long. Why 7 years? People ask me sometimes, why are you still talking about the stroke? Well, A, people ask me. B, I'm still engaged with the ramifications of the stroke. I'm still engaged with, how do I heal this body? Hi, Danielle. Hi, Danielle. I think you can. I think you can join the group. It doesn't have a membership or anything like that. PM me and I'll send you you can just go to intenders.org. And there are also the Vision Alignment Project. If you go to Intenders, you can sign on to Vision. So they send me an email about a vision for more love on the planet. And then I can click the yes button and sign on to that intention. And now I'm one of 3 or 4 million people who are holding the intention on the planet for more peace. And they'll send them out periodically. So yes, go to intenders.org. And if you have any trouble finding it, just PM me, Danielle. I'm happy to help you. Love you. Okay, so we're going to close out this Hump Day Happy Chat, right? So here are the things you do. Here are the things that you do. There is doingness to this. There is no sitting back and just wishing and hoping, and even praying. It's an active engagement. Prayer is active. It's not about changing the world. It's changing you. And then you change by taking action. It is always going to come down to taking action. Engagement. Your life is waiting for you to engage with it. That's how it gets better. That's how it changes. If you want your life to be different, you, little beautiful being, have to be a different person living your life. You can't do it the way you've always done it and then say, my life isn't changing. Nope. Stop it. So here's what you do. When you're in the stop the madness, my negative conjuring voice is telling me I'm not going to get there, is telling me they're after me, is telling me whatever. And like I said, I've been hearing this voice as I've been doing some massive things in my life. Number one, what is my number one? Always, forever, my number one. Breathe. Stop, disengage from what you're doing, and breathe. Oxygenate your blood, oxygenate your brain. Allow yourself to just know that you still are here. That thing, whatever it is, doesn't have control over you. Breathe. Notice whatever tape is running. Notice the tape. What's running? Mine, a lot has to do with being safe in the world. Probably I associate a lot with being born, incarnating into a black body. So I know there's the safety part is epigenetically coming from my ancestors. There's also been lack of safety in my own world relative to the color of my skin. I don't tell those stories all the time, but those stories are there. It's lived experience, not some conspiracy theory. It's not some baseless rant. It's my lived experience. So those tapes run. But in the moment, I'm perfectly safe. I'm perfectly safe. Even though I know there's a part of me that is in fear, and in some cases terror, depending on what else is going on, I have to stop and breathe and go, but right now, I'm safe. All is well. Then, so that's first step, breathe. Second step, notice that the tape is running. The tape is running. Thank you, Danielle. I love you too. Look in the mirror and say that to yourself, dear one. The tape is running. Then lovingly thank the aspect of you that is running this tape. Thank it. Loving, like you would talk to a little child who has just sort of disrupted something. And say, thank you for getting my attention. I love you. Thank you very much for getting my attention. Then breathe again. Sometimes when we talk to this aspect of ourselves, it takes a little energy. I can feel my own, I can feel my own coming up. Yes, that's why we breathe. Allow it. Why are we doing this? We're allowing the energy to move. Stuck energy is deadly. It's deadly. Allow the energy to move. Then we do turn it on its head. This is where the fun comes. Woohoo! We start the positive conjuring. We go to the polar opposite place. We thank the negative conjuring. I notice that I'm afraid of something, but I know right now I'm safe. And what I'm going to build in me is a positive momentum toward exactly what I want. So you start the positive conjuring, also known as imagination. Positive conjuring, also known as imagination. What did Einstein say? Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress and giving birth to evolution. You want to stimulate your own progress, give birth to your own evolution of your life, of you as the liver of your life? Imagine what it is that you want as though it is already so. Imagine what it is that you want in your life as though it is already so in this moment. So rant away, be colorful, get emotionally engaged. The universe is pinging off the vibration. You're creating in you a container of a high vibration, living a high vibe life. That's the same as living happy to be me. You're lightening up that stuff that's like weighing you down. And it doesn't matter how many times it comes back. I have it. It doesn't matter. Why are we having this conversation? Because I said at the beginning, I'm noticing my negative conjurer is active right now. And I think it's probably because I'm orchestrating some massive changes, like every day I kind of grab my desk, grab a chair, and I'm kind of like, why am I doing this? Oh, yeah, because I know it's what I want to do. Why am I doing this? Oh, yeah, because I'm feeling called and I always answer God's call. Oh, yeah, like I do have to remind myself. So just do it. Just do it. Don't make it hard. Don't make it painful. Just do it. Imagine. Activate your imagine. Rant away. Feel like it's already complete. And the last step, thank yourself and repeat. Thank yourself and repeat 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 and do it again. and do it again. And do it some more. It's never, ever too much. You are plenty, and you have this power. Among 12. This is a very big power to activate, to create, co-create with the universe that which would serve you at the highest and best. Go for it, peoples. Okay, much love. We're going to close the Hump Day Happy Chat for today, number 178. Yes, 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 yes. I always close with the Karanaya Metta Sutra, which is the prayer of loving kindness from the Buddha. You can pray a different prayer if you like, but I really love this. And when you allow it to activate in your heart, you're saying this prayer for you and for the entire world. This is a ripple effect you can create with a 30-second prayer. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings, notice, all beings includes you, so you're in there. May all beings awaken to the light of their true nature. Your true nature is peace, love, joy, and freedom. That's what you came in here with. Activate that within you to live your best life. May all beings awaken to their true nature. And may all beings be free. That's emotional freedom. Freedom from the negative conjurer within you. Not by throwing it out and beating it up. By lovingly massaging it back into wholeness and alignment with the truth of who you are. Peace, love, joy, and freedom. Yes, indeed. I wish this for you every day. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday for the weekly Hump Day Happy Chat. And I would love it if you would share this message and come join me and play in the places where I play. We'll get you going into the happy space you deserve and desire. Many blessings. Ciao. Bye now.